Well, that was one rip snorter of a crotch rocket, I gotta tell you. The thing I'm wondering is when he decided he was gonna run from him. Did something happen earlier where he was going kind of fast and he saw the cop pull out behind him, or was he just going fast and the cop did pull out and tried to stop him? Back in the days in Tennessee, the sheriff's department in Loudoun County used to say when they had a potential chase with a machine like that, they would just let them go. It was too much risk trying to keep up with a motorcycle that could probably go 150 miles an hour or more. Well, I don't know how fast this guy was going, but he was out of sight in no time. And he did stop for the stoplight, and the cop wasn't far behind him. So I guess if he had a license plate, the cop probably took note of that. And somebody's going to show up at his house, and he's going to be hamburger. Well, I never owned a crotch rocket. I never rode a crotch rocket. And I guess when you have that kind of power and speed, the temptation is pretty great to use it once in a while. I don't know about you, but I think I could live without it. And the operative word there, I guess, is live. It's a beautiful day for a ride today. It's just a little under 70 degrees, which makes it ideal. Absolutely perfect in my opinion. I know I certainly do ride when it's colder, down to 50 maybe. Much below that, I think I tend to keep it in the garage, but anything over 50, mid-50s, 60s, 70s, man, 70s, that's ideal. That's perfect. I've certainly got a beautiful day for a ride today. Can't beat it, that's for sure. I'm hoping wherever you are that the weather is becoming more spring-like and you can get out and have a ride too. I was just thinking back on the first motorcycle I ever rode on. It was in the summer of 1962, and I was working at a summer camp on Otsego Lake, which is in Cooperstown, New York, where the Baseball Hall of Fame is. And it was a great summer for sure. And at one of the early camps, there was a guy that had I believe it was a 1947 Harley Knucklehead. And I got to know him a little bit, and I asked him if on the day he leaves, because camps were only like 9 days long or so, and then a new camp would come in, and gradually as the summer wore on, the kids would get older and older until they came to the point where it was young adults. But anyway, he said he would, and so I was kind of standing like on guard duty up at the road that leads down the hill into the camp. And I decided to play hooky a little bit and have a ride on this machine. And I gotta tell you, it felt like the whole thing was loose or something, like it kind of shook. Every time he applied a little body English to it, it felt like something was not quite tight enough. So I remember the first time I rode on a regular motorcycle, a Honda CB150, I couldn't get over, wow, that wobbly feeling I had on that old Harley. I guess that's not the way they're supposed to be. I don't know how much money he had in that back then, but I do know if they managed to keep the thing in one piece that it would be worth quite a bit of money today. I think it was right around the end of the run for the knucklehead motorcycles and about when the panheads were going to come out. So what's the fastest you've ever been on a motorcycle? I don't think I've ever been much over maybe 80 miles an hour, and that seemed plenty fast. Yes, that was on this machine, and I don't recall with other machines I've had that I ever went any faster than that. Don't need to go that fast. Riding a motorcycle is fun whether you're going 35 or 85. And I think somewhere in between is probably the sweet spot. Gotta stay safe. Finally met up with a car guy here in our village, and he kind of specializes in old Hudsons. The one he has, I guess somewhere late 40s, early 50s, I don't know precisely which, has kind of been his pride and joy. But for, a week or 10 days or so, there was another car, and it was kind of under a tarp, and I didn't know what it was. And finally, when he got around to uncovering it, probably detailing it a little bit, I found out it was a Hudson Jet. That may be a model you're not familiar with, but I knew it from back when I was a junior in high school. A guy had one. He was probably a year or two older than I was. And it's kind of a downsized Hudson, and I think they only made it for a couple of years. It was a pretty neat little car. I remember riding in it, having a pretty good time. Well, anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, enjoy life, take a ride, get yourself into the wind. That's what helps keep me sane, and I bet helps you a bit too in the same way. But in the meantime, do that riding safely and enjoy your life. Speedster Johnny is out.